Welcome everyone, this is the Ingram Micro webinar on our Surface as a Service offering. My name's Liam Doyle, I'm the UK Business Development Manager for Ingram Micro Financial Solutions.
And I'm Brian Windsor, I'm the Senior Business Manager for Microsoft here at Ingram Micro.
Give it up, girl. Give it up.
We're here today to tell you some more about the Ingram Micro Financial Solutions and our Surface as a Service offering. So Ingram Micro Financial Solutions, also known as IMFS, is Ingram's own finance program that operates globally. We've been running for 3 years. We support our vendors and our partners with offering financing, leasing, and affordability to their end user customers. We're a sales enablement tool that's available to all of our partners, and we can help you to introduce a refresh strategy with your end user customers so that they are getting access to the latest and greatest devices available from Microsoft. Our objective today is to tell you more about our Surface as a Service program, which is powered by Ingram Micro Financial Solutions. IMFS, or Ingram Micro Financial Solutions, is Ingram's own finance program that operates globally. We support our vendors and our partners with offering financing, leasing, and affordability options to their end user customers. We've been running for 3 years, and we are partnered with a number of banks and captive finance programs across the world that support us with our funding requirements. Our partners are at the core of everything we do. When you grow, we grow, and we are to be seen as a sales enablement tool that enables you to sell more to your end user customers. We're partnered with a number of banks and finance providers across the world that help us with our funding requirements. Ingram Micro as a business are fully behind the IMFS model. We were created in response from feedback from our partners that said that they do on occasion sell with finance, but actually that world is quite messy and difficult for them to navigate. You have to have multiple relationships with banks, with asset finance brokers, or even the captive financing programs. We've got a statement from Matthew Sanderson, our Chief Country Executive for the United Kingdom and Ireland, explaining that channel financing is the cornerstone of our go-to-market offering. In our market, we're seeing a general shift away from the ownership model, just not in technology, but also in our consumer lives. Speaking to customers who tell us that actually what they're looking for is an easy route to accessing the latest and greatest Microsoft devices with one affordable rental repayment that can be spread over time. It now seems totally normal that we wouldn't own equipment, but that we would subscribe or lease or rent to that equipment. So customers are seeking those benefits of not having the burden of ownership and looking for affordable routes to accessing the latest and greatest. And that's why we're pushing our Surface as a Service offering. When we talk to end user customers, there are 2 key themes that keep coming up. And customers are looking for an opportunity in driving a regular refresh cycle to meet 2 objectives. One is keeping pace with mobile innovation, which we know to be incredibly rapid. Owning equipment and solution ownership has often led to overextending that life cycle, known as sweating of the assets. With IMFS and our Surface as a Service offering, those customers can overcome that challenge by accessing the latest and the greatest. And also meeting the expectations of a modern workforce who we know want to work with only the very best technology that's out there. And actually this forms a key part of their talent acquisition programs by providing that employee with a choice of the equipment that they can own. IMFS has 4 objectives, so I'd just like to take you through those. The first is that we're acting as our partner's finance advocate. For any finance or leasing requirements, IMFS can be your partner of choice. And also we want to be the one-stop shop for our vendors and our partners and to offer financial solutions to their end user customers. We will lead the solutions development process to determine the best financial model that meets the customer's requirements, be that an ownership option or a refresh model. And also we will help to facilitate the ordering process. We are linked with our credit control teams, and we will support all of the documentation and liaison with the funding partner who is funding the deal. We have a number of options and enhancements that are available to you. And what we ask is that early engagement with IMFS, once you've identified your opportunity, will enable us to pull a bespoke financing solution together for your customer. We have the ability to structure bespoke financial programs and white labeled programs for your customer base. And we can also support multi-currency and global deals, or if that's with equipment spread across different countries or even across different legal entities and in local currencies. We are a global finance provider. We can support IT and non-IT financing so that you can provide a total solution to your customer. And whilst of course we would prefer for you to buy from Ingram Micro each and every time, we know that's not always possible. So we do finance equipment that is not distributed by Ingram Micro. We can support nearly any credit size, typically, and deal size. Typically, our values start at around the £5,000 mark, but we're always open to looking at any opportunity, and there's no upper limit. We regularly support deals that run into the hundreds of thousands or even millions. We have flexibility on the length or terms of the agreement. We can support financing anything from 1 year up to around 5 years for devices, for software and accessories, and of course, professional services. We also have minimal restrictions on the amount of accessories or software or services that can be provided within a deal versus the hardware. So whatever the solution, we will have a financing option available for you. We're also seeing an increase in the circular economy and therefore asset buyback. So we have our IT asset disposal or ITAD team that are fully available to you that can help realise the value in existing IT assets and IT estates that can help free up a budget to procure new devices and new solutions. When we talk to our partners around offering affordability and our Surface as a Service options, there are two key pillars in those conversations. The first is life cycle. So we're helping our partners to help their customers to manage their footprint of their technology estate and driving a refresh and upgrade cycle and getting those customers access to the latest and the greatest devices. But what's absolutely crucial, of course, is that customer experience that has to be clean and transparent and easy to use from the procurement through to the usage and critically through to the refresh of those devices. The second pillar is a topic that's ever more important, which is affordability. So we're helping our partners to target net new customers and grow their existing customer bases, either by making technology more affordable, by allowing the customer to spread the cost over time, or by leveraging the residual values which can subsidise the leases and reduce the rental repayments. And also by wrapping in the total solution, so including any accessories, any third-party products, and also margin-rich items such as any professional services that are provided alongside the devices themselves. With our Surface as a Service offering, we're driving the customer towards a refresh cycle, helping you to shorten the sales cycle and sell more to your end user customers. And we have a visual of how that could look. So with a traditional leasing company, we would expect that, for example, a laptop deal could be around 3 or 4 years. And actually, if that customer is working with another financing company, that company will be reliant on making money out of that finance. And there are a few mechanisms available to those providers that really encourage the customer to extend beyond the useful life of that device. Some of those include providing a late notification at the end of that agreement that the agreement is coming to an end, but also by providing attractive options to continue usage, known as peppercorn rentals. But actually, that additional period, which can quickly stretch from 4 to 5 to 6 years, it means that the customer is left with outdated technology, they've paid beyond what they've needed to pay, and have had a bad experience. With Ingram Micro Financial Solutions and our Surface as a Service offering, we're driving the customer towards a refresh cycle. So we will have early engagement with yourself as the partner and with the end user customer directly to let them know the options that are available, and also drive them towards an upgrade and a refresh model. And in our model here, in year 4, that customer is 1 year into enjoying a brand new devices under a new IMFS agreement. And what we see is that those customers repeat that cycle every 2 or 3 years, potentially indefinitely, helping you to keep control of your customer and keep them buying from you as their chosen partner. So we'll provide you with an overview of our Surface as a Service offering. The first step is enabling the sale or renewal, so providing tools that enable our partners to position our flexible finance options with their end user customers, making Microsoft Surface technology and any accessories and software and services more affordable to your end user customer. This also provides an upsell and cross-sell opportunity, as anything can be wrapped into those finance agreements with you being paid upfront by our funding partner. The second step is consumption by the end user customers, so they will be consuming that technology based on a rental stream over time. It provides full flexibility and scalability. There are scale up and scale down options available. And it locks out your competition during the term of that agreement, because that customer is linked to an agreement that is running for a period of time, giving you control of your customer's experience and control of the customer's buying habits over the course of the agreement. And of course, you can also wrap in any additional professional services that are being provided alongside the solution. The third is the repeat, which is targeting those customers with early engagement to drive renewal business. So it secures your future pipeline with that customer, because you'll know exactly when they are due to renew that agreement, and we will share a lease portfolio with you. We'll also provide a seamless refresh for that customer, so that the equipment coming out and the new equipment going in overlaps, so that they're not left without any devices. And of course, we want to make sure that you're making as much margin as possible in those agreements, and offering financial and affordability options moves away from an upfront cost towards a cost per month or cost per quarter. Transacting a Surface as a Service deal with IMFS is really easy. The partner journey is incredibly simple. We'll make IMFS and Surface as a Service available to all of our partners. All we require is your customer-facing quote inclusive of your margin. We will then provide you, or directly to the customer, with the options that are available to the customer, typically based on a refresh model and also an ownership option. If the end user customer is happy to proceed, we will arrange credit clearance, and we will send the documentation to them for electronic signature, helping to make it smooth and secure. And once you've delivered everything to your end user customer, they will sign off on a certificate of acceptance. Once they've signed that and you have invoiced IMFS, our funders will pay you within 24 to 48 hours in full, removing the need for you to wait 30, 60, 90 days for your customer to pay your invoice. I'm now going to pass you back to Brian Windsor, who's going to talk you through the procurement journey for our Microsoft Surface business, and also talk to you about the many services that we have available to you as Ingram Micro.
Thanks, Liam. I'm just going to take you through how we built our Surface as a Service journey. So effectively what we're looking at is you selecting your device, looking at your options, choose your software solution, adding in value-added services, looking at the additions, and also looking at the financial part, which is also down to the leasing, which Liam's taking you through over the last few slides. We appreciate that you do a lot of activity with your partners before you come to the table with us and looking for our equipment. So when it comes to talking to Ingram Micro, we want to talk to you about the products. So looking at the Surface range of devices across the family, looking at any options that you can add in, so the accessories, whether they be third party or the manufacturer's OEM accessories, looking at our cloud solution, talking with our cloud team and building that into your overall proposition as well. Thinking about the services that we offer and then tailor-making those with the services that you already offer to your customers. So things like trade-in, upgrading the devices, telephone support, deployment, asset tagging, configuration, imaging, and also utilising autopilot for imaging as well. Then we think about the circular economy, the trade-in and the buyback of the devices. That's so important, especially with us all becoming and thinking more greener these days. And then we hand off and look at how we can actually support you through Liam and the team to make sure that you've got the right financial solution. What's also key to note is that whilst we're talking about 6 different silos here, you don't actually need to take everything from every silo. It can be a bespoke solution. It can come from the product and a cloud solution and then a subscription, or just the product and then the subscription. So we hope you found the content really interesting. What we want to do now is just give you a quick summary of the benefits to the end user so you can share that and take that information away.
Some of the benefits to your end user customers are the IMFS and our Surface as a Service options give you the ability to sell with subscriptions, so accessing the latest to greatest devices for a payment stream model. That enables the customer to pay for use and ultimately reducing their total cost of ownership. And we, as IMFS, can be the one finance provider for all elements of their solution. This helps the customer to conserve business capital, keeping cash and credit lines intact, which today is incredibly important. IMFS can also accommodate all hardware, accessories, software, and professional services. And we also provide fully scalable upgrade paths, making it easier than ever to upgrade to the latest and greatest from Microsoft. Ultimately, we are helping the customer to reduce the risk of technology obsolescence and removing the burden of ownership. We can also include our IT asset disposal or ITAD services to help customers to release budgets that are tied up in existing assets and technology estates.
So what we don't want to do is leave you on the really important part, which is the benefits to you as the partner. Liam's now going to take you through the final section, which is what really matters to you and makes the difference to your financial model as well as your business.
So some of the core benefits to you as our partner include IMFS helps you to minimize pricing objections by selling your solutions as an affordable payment stream rather than an upfront cost. We also help you to accelerate revenue recognition. Our funders will pay upfront for the solution within days of you delivering that equipment to the customer, removing the need to wait 30, 60, 90 days for your customer to pay your invoices, so this helps with your working capital. We can help you to drive repeat and renewal business. We'll share a lease portfolio with you, and we know that customers on finance will much more likely reach out to their existing provider rather than shopping around. And also we help you to own the customer relationship. So helping customers know not just what to buy, but how to buy it is incredibly important. Thanks very much for your time today. We hope you found the session useful and informative. My details are on the screen. We'd love you to get in touch to discuss how we can help you in positioning leasing and affordability options with your end user customers. Thank you.